Spring into action and advocate motorcycle safety. Visit the Foremost blog for articles you can share. Foremost, for you. ForemostAgent.com.
Hello, I'm Mark Wells, publisher of the Insurance Journal, and today we're on the campus of the City of Hope, a cancer research hospital in Southern California. And we're here with the National Insurance Industry Council, which is an industry support group that raises funds for the City of Hope. Our special guest today is Tony Anderson. Tony is Vice Chair of Ernst Young, works out of the Chicago office, and is the managing partner for the Midwest region. The reason we're interviewing Tony today is he is the honoree this year for the National Insurance Industry Council. And Tony, tell us a little bit about what your involvement in charity work and that sort of thing, the things you've done in the past, and how you see the City of Hope and the role that you have in supporting different charities.
I've been pretty involved in the community for many years now. And in Chicago, just to give you a sense of the things that I work with the Symphony and the Lyric. I'm chairman of the Chicago Urban League in Chicago, also involved with a number of things around economic development in the city. That was when now that I live in Chicago. Before that, I lived in Los Angeles, and a little bit of the same story. So very involved with Town Hall, with global affairs, with the Science Center and the Children's Bureau. And for me, I've always thought about this in terms of what responsibilities you have when you have had a level of success in whatever it is you decide to do. And so for me, it has always been about doing something to give back to the community. So in whatever city I've lived in, I've kind of taken that approach. I'm a big believer that a city will never reach its potential if the business community isn't heavily involved in the different activities that are going on, whether it's civic, whether it's community-based, whatever it happens to be. I think having the business community heavily involved with it will ensure that it's successful.
Tell us a little bit about the Children's Bureau. I'm not familiar with that.
The Children's Bureau is an organization here in Los Angeles, and what they do is they work with young kids. Okay, so these would be kids that have either a level of illness or economically disadvantaged, and they provide programming and support for the kid and for their parents. It's a wonderful organization, and they have had a lot of success. They recently, in the last couple of years, built an entirely new complex to house these young kids. It's probably been around for 20 years, something like that, 25 years. A great organization with great leadership, and so if you haven't been involved in it, I would encourage everybody to get involved.
Okay, good. Okay, great. Today we went on the tour for the City of Hope, and you saw a lot of things that the City of Hope was doing. Let's talk a little bit about that. This is your first exposure, I think, to some of the research and the transformational research that they're doing.
No, I've been exposed before.
Have you? Okay. Yeah. When was that? Now, was that last year when you were out here?
No, this would have been probably, would have been probably more around 2000, 2001, when you were in that time frame.
When you were a managing partner for Ernst here in Los Angeles.
That's right, and so I lived here, and I got a little bit of a taste back then, and my connection to City of Hope back then was really around diabetes research, not cancer research.
Okay.
And what's amazing is everybody thinks about City of Hope in terms of cancer, which it has been phenomenally successful at, but diabetes, it doesn't get the level of recognition, but they've done a lot in the diabetes area. And that's particularly interesting to me because that runs in my family. So it got my attention. And so when I was out here before, my dad had diabetes, and that's what kind of attracted me to City of Hope back then.
Okay. So your duties as the honoree are basically to help us raise money. Is that right?
Yep. I'm going to start with you.
Okay, well, I've already hit me. So.
Okay, all right. Well, you can always be hit again.
That's true. That's true. Anything you want to talk about that something that's a special project of yours or anything you want to touch on and maybe publicize a bit to the insurance community?
We're going to have this gala in October, and I think it's going to be a big deal. A couple of things we want to change about it this year that I think is going to really, hopefully, get everybody kind of excited. We're going to change it from a dinner to a party. Okay, this is going to be a party, and so we're going to try to change it. We're going to have it, a little different than in the past. We're going to have a dance floor. We're going to have a band. We're going to really enjoy the evening, and I think that's really important. And then what I like to do is put some activities around it. So it's not a Saturday evening event, but it's going to be a 2 or 3 day celebration. So there will be activities before the dinner and there will be activities after the dinner. And the activities probably will include things like, round of golf, something to do in the evening. And I'm hoping what we'll do is we'll get more people coming in for this event from outside of Los Angeles. So hopefully a number of the people that I
in Chicago and
hanging around with in Chicago, they're going to fly out for it, and so broadening the level of exposure to the City of Hope and getting a broader group of people interested, connected, and the like. So that'll be for those folks who have been here in the past. It will feel a little different, and I hope if everything goes the way I'm hoping, we'll raise more money for the benefit of the organization. So that's what we're going to do. That'll be a little different than what you might have seen in the past.
For some of our viewers that are not familiar with it, normally we have a black tie dinner with a lot of speeches. So this is maybe a welcome change.
I don't know. For those folks in the business community, I know you go to these dinners 3-4 times a week. Okay, and so you have the dinners, and after you go to a number of them, you realize, okay, which ones do I really want to go to? And I want to make sure people, with everything the City of Hope does, all the great work that it does, that people really understand that and really connect with it and provide an environment where people can celebrate what they do, what the City of Hope does. And so that's kind of the thing.
The feeling that you want for this party.
Yeah.
Okay, and we're going to do this one as October, I believe.
It's October. It's October 27th, and it's at the Beverly Hilton Hotel, which is a wonderful property, and it really has. And if you've been to the Beverly Hilton, it has a ballroom that is just ideal for a party. So yeah, I'm pretty excited about that.
Well, that's great. Okay, and if someone would like to join us for that evening, you can go to the City of Hope's website and sign up for a ticket.
You bet.
Tony, thanks so much for joining us today.
Okay, thank you very much.